And welcome back to part 4 of What If Goku Had Ikari from the beginning. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If. Goku and the gang had taken care of Nappa and Vegeta pretty easily. However, Nappa didn't make it, Vegeta did, and he met back up with Raditz. Ultimately, they discovered Frieza was trying to find the Dragon Balls, but realized that having dealt with the issue on Namek, he wasn't going to be able to do it, and he would eventually find his way to Earth more than likely, not knowing they were Dragon Balls at the time. But the fact that he was going to keep looking, it was a foregone conclusion. So they decided to enlist the help of Goku, seeing as he did seem strong enough to be able to take on Frieza, at least in the form that they know him in. They got to Earth and they learned there were Dragon Balls there and that Frieza was coming. Kami confirmed this. So now you deal with the more training, just more and more training, teaching you habits, you'll get over it, of Goku and the gang getting ready for Frieza, not knowing when he'll show up. Now, someone brought this up, and it's a very good point. Does Goku mention to Raditz that he met their father? I do think he would bring that up. It's like, hey, Raditz, what is it, Kakarot? As they're talking about training. What was Dad like? Father? Why do you ask what Father was like? You're too young to have met him. Yeah, at the time. No, it's no big deal. I'll tell you later. And it's like, Anyway, they're discussing. It's like, well, how are we supposed to get a train when we don't even know when he'll show up? Seriously, and then, Goku brings it up. It's like, well... Now, someone else brought up a good point. Is Goku not capable of going back into the time chamber? Because he didn't make it a full year the first time he went in. He made it a full year this time around. But not the second time he went in. So he does still have some time in there. It's debatable how that really worked. Someone also brought up, couldn't Kami alter the time room? I honestly don't think Kami could. Dende could. But Dende was a much younger, had a lot more vigor and ability than Kami did at that point. I think that's why he and Popo were able to redesign the hyperbolic time chamber. Kami, I don't think could. And even if he could, I think he didn't care about redesigning and reconfiguring it. Remember, the hyperbolic time chamber didn't get brought up really in terms of story plot convenience until after Kami died. So, I have a feeling even if Kami could redesign or reconfigure it, redesign it, I don't know if he wanted to. But either or either way, let's assume Goku does have some time left on there. So everyone else will get, continues training as is. This time around, they have to actually go in the first time in order to, or go in, not the first time, go in like immediately because they don't know when Frieza will show up. They just have no idea about that. He says, King Kai mentions it may be a while or maybe like the next couple of days. I just don't know. Doesn't seem aware of Earth. It doesn't seem to be on his radar at the moment. But the fact that Raditz and Vegeta deserted and came to Earth, he is going to look into that and figure it out. So really, if he does show up, it's probably going to be more because of those two than the fact that he was coming there anyway. But anyway, Goku, everyone goes in for their second time around. Krillin and Yamcha go in. Tien and Chaozu go in again. Power-wise now, because they are now a lot stronger, it takes more effort. They can train a lot harder, but it does take more effort to get stronger. That's the price of strength, is that it is tougher to get stronger the stronger you are. Fortunately, like Krillin and Yamcha, I think makes them pretty. They're the farthest apart, honestly. But in terms of like training, Chaozu too, which is gonna not benefit Tien. But they also they're probably among the better training partners for each other. Piccolo is there too. Piccolo is allowed to come up this time because he did help still. And he's uncomfortable with the group. He's not really all sure how he's fitting in here. But first up was Krillin and Yamcha. They go in. Krillin and Yamcha do go up more than just 10 times. I fully believe that. I would see Krillin probably knocking on the door of like 700,000. I think that's more than reasonable. That's well over 10 times. But because Yamcha is a good disparity weaker to them, it takes longer for him to improve. Yamcha, meanwhile, probably is more around like the 500,000 marker. Like the disparity is even bigger now, but the increased Yamcha got proportionally is much larger, I think, than Krillin got. Maybe even like 550. Then you get Tien and Chaozu, and this is where Tien's really going to suffer, because Chaozu, God bless him, you love Chaozu, Tien is his oldest friend, and vice versa. Chaozu's just not strong. He's not a good training partner for Tien. And I think that's why Tien kind of slowed down in terms of progression after a while, because he just does the same stuff over and over again. Maybe he ups it up, but he just does the same stuff over and over again. So I still think, though, they'll get a minimum of 10 times. But I don't see Tien going much beyond, say, 350, maybe even 400, but 350. Chaozu, poor Chaozu, he's just not cut out for this. Chaozu's maybe around 40,000. He does get it for 10 times, I do believe that, but he's just not equipped for this type of fight, sadly. And they first caught Vegeta and Vegeta and Rad's like, oh, and then, then the others go, it's like, ah! It's like, that's it, we're going in right now, Ruds! It's like, wait, it's like, nah, it's all good, don't worry. It's like, oh, are you sure, Kakarot? And yeah, no problem, we'll be training out here. We've been training out here the whole time. Still using the pendulum room, still training on their own volition, or using their own devices. So they get the training, their year passes, and they come out, and remind you, Rad still has a tail, Vegeta does not. Vegeta's power, Vegeta's a tricky one. I fully believe that Vegeta's power is well beyond like 10 times. Like he and Raditz really were beating the crap out of each other, particularly him beating on Raditz. Although Vegeta did want to train a lot by himself with Trunks. So I see a lot of that going on too. But he still uses Raditz as an effective training partner. So that does hinder them a bit. So I actually think 10, let's even go a little stronger, like 400,000 for Vegeta. Raditz is sitting, I think, comfortably at around 100,000. So then Piccolo's like, I'm going in by myself. I don't need any of you. It's like, what? Well, actually, he's like, let him go, Goku. Yes, if he wants to go in by himself, let him do it. And he goes in. He immediately doesn't make it like he did previously. He's like, ugh. He does still get stronger, though. His power right now is like around 21,000, like I said. So around 22.5. So he is probably also knocking on the door, because he still spent a couple months in there. Still knocking on the door of maybe like 100,000, but still like, okay, fine, I don't need this. I'll use the damn pendulum room, whatever. It's like, that's the spirit, Piccolo. And so finally, Goku's about to go, like, fine, you said we get 2 times, so I'm going back in. And we're going back in, it's like, no, wait your turn. You'll wait your turn, Vegeta. It's still Goku's like, please, Kakarot. Please, Kakarot's got strong enough, and he doesn't even have a full year yet. Well, then it'll be even less of a wait for you, now won't it? Whatever, make it quick. Oh, you want to go in, bro? It's like, wait, me? You want to take me in? It's like, of course, I've been waiting for this. And so, all right, and so Raditz and Goku go in. And remember, Goku doesn't have a full year. He's probably got 9 to 10 months, maybe. Actually, I think it said he lasted only about a month. So he's got 11 months. He's got near a year. And so they're training and they're talking and they're kind of actually getting to know each other a bit more. And then finally Raspberry's like, why did you ask about our father, Kakarot? And Goku's like, oh, that. It's like, look, we're going to be allies with each other. Our bond is familiar. Or we have the bond of family, Goku. We got family. Thank you, Vin Diesel. Well, family, we need to trust him. Please, tell me, why did you ask about father? It's like, I met him. It's like, wait, you met father? And he explains what he experienced in the pendulum, how the pendulum works, and what apparently they kind of tweaked a little. You met him. What was it like? He was strong, man. It took me forever to finally beat him, but I finally did. It's like, what did he say to you? It's like, after it was all said and done, he said he was proud of the guy I'd become. I never knew. And Goku's kind of just looking up at the empty abyss of white sky, but in his head, he's like kind of seeing like the sky's like, I never really thought about my folks. I was an orphan my whole life, but something about having your dad say he was proud of who you become. Really, it's really cool, isn't it? And say, Rad's like, I suppose it is. I never did get much accolade from our old man, but. He was something different. He was different among Saiyans. I'll give him that. All right. No, and then all of a sudden cracks. What was for? Can't have you going soft on me, Kakarot. Let's go. I can't wait to rub our let's go. You've still got 6 months left in here, and I'm going to use every minute of it. I'm going to rub Vegeta's smug nose in it. All right, and then they clash with each other again. So eventually Goku comes out, and power-wise, Goku is well now into the millions. Like him and Raditz, because Raditz is now at 100,000, he can provide a much better sparring session than when he was at the measly 4. But he also used his tail, used the 8 form, went crazy. Goku was able to rein him in, but training with the form, but not able to really do anything beyond that. Goku still still increasing strength, still hasn't hit Super Saiyan yet, per se. Actually, there was something I was implying I was going to do later with Goku in the Ikari form. I actually can't remember what it was. Oh, now I remember what I was going to do. Because I'm going back. It's like, I remember I was going to do something. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, story element. So this will be an element that we're going to be looking into later. But for right now, Goku still hasn't hit Super Saiyan yet. I mean, Ikari at this point, it's second nature to him. You're not going to be seeing like a perfect Ikari form or anything like that where it's like theoretically above the 10 times multiplier. Just like perfected Super Saiyan is implied, not even implied, is kind of stated that it's actually more than the 50 times multiplier. But I don't actually think that is the case. I don't know. The problem is that you have the Ultra Saiyan form or the Super form, and those are stronger power output wise. They're not like true, and like they might even be stronger like Super Saiyan 2. But the problem is they're sacrificing speed and all that stuff for power, and they're not effective forms. Whereas perfected Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, he is getting more power, but not trading it for speed. It's mastering your energy. I think that's really what those forms are about. Now, someone's going to argue that with me, and that's fine. I don't care. That's the way I see it. Anywho, power-wise, Raditz is now hit 1 million, and Goku is I think he's around his Namek power level. He's around 3 million. And it's like, oh, damn it all, and you've already gone in for your second fight. You Namekians! Like, what? What do you want? It's like, we're going in again! You and me! Let's go! It's like, fine. Fine, it'll be fun to kick your ass, right? You wish! And, they go in, and... eventually they come out, and they are looking a bit worse for air because eventually they did start sparring and really, because they don't like each other very much. Fortunately, Piccolo's going to survive just the water. Piccolo is both of them kind of look ragged, but they both got actually a lot stronger because they actually had someone to bounce the psychological aspects off of. So Vegeta now is not Goku's level per se. I think he's around his Namek level, though. I think around 2 million. That's kind of, I believe, what they put him at. I think he is around 2 million. He still hasn't hit Super Saiyan yet. Piccolo is not that strong, but I think he is also right around 1 million, right around Rad's level. So that's all taken care of. But now they have just training to do, trying to get stronger, and that does get harder when you're this strong. That said, however, when the time comes that they are informed that Frieza is approaching, they all are a little bit stronger. Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, Piccolo, they're all a million, somewhere in the middle. Goku's about 4 million at that point now. Raditz is around maybe around 2 million. Vegeta is around probably not at 3. Well, given him, he'd be around 3. Piccolo is probably only at 1.5, give or take. Everyone else is kind of hovering. Krillin is approaching the million marker. Tien is around 400,000. Yamcha is around 600,000. Chaozu might be around 50,000. But that's what happens when they sense him coming. And so basically, they kind of increase their power just enough to let Frieza's scouters and his equipment know where he is or know where they are. And ultimately, they come to the location. Frieza comes out. He doesn't have the Ginyu Force with him per se. He's just got his standard fare because he's not expecting a huge fight. It's like, hello there, Vegeta and Raditz. It's so good to see you. Ooh, you've gotten stronger. After all, Zarbon and Dodoria are dead. So actually, I take it back, he probably did call the Ginyus. So the Ginyus come out. It's like, you've gotten a bit stronger, haven't you been training now? This is quite the planet here. It's a little backwater planet, but not a bad little spot. A little desolate for my taste, but much more beautiful from the view. I'm sure there's areas here that are lovely. It makes some good beachfront property, actually. Perhaps I should put it on the market. Tell me, where's your broker? I'm interested in acquiring this planet.
Cut the crap! Cut the crap, Frieza!
It's like, oh?
It's like, we know why you're here.
That's right. We're not letting you have, I'm just here, moseying around, taking the sights. Although I am looking to acquire a certain item of sorts. Tell me, are you aware of something known as Dragon Balls? It's like, and Goku don't know what to say. They like, your silence says more than your speech. So, after all, tell me, did I do something to offend? Oh, how about being a genocidal maniac? It's like, pot calling kettle black, that right is. I'm sure you, Vegeta, and Nappa have taken more than enough lives to compensate. to match almost as much as mine.
We've only eliminated on your orders. And we haven't just done mass genocide to planet like you have. You bastard!
Guilty as charged. And then also, seems you brought some friends. Hello there, I'm Lord Frieza. Frieza, would you be so kind as to direct me to your Dragon Ball directory?
We're not letting you get anywhere near this place.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. Ginyu, would you and your men be so kind as to rid of some of these vermin? And, they try to read the scout, and then the scout's face
what? No, why is it?
Ginyu, what seems to be the problem?
Except for the little ones, all their power levels are well over 100,000. Easy.
Because Ginyu's scouter could actually pick up Goku's power level. That's the thing. Ginyu and Frieza's had the most advanced scouters. They could pick up powers in the 100,000 range plus. That's how he was able to pick up Goku's power. And yeah, I mean, Goku and they would probably be able to pick up the mid 100, probably 3 or 4, because Frieza's did break once Vegeta was going full power, which was around 500,000. So they wouldn't be able to pick that up. So they would break, knowing what the limitation is on the scouters. They'd be like, their powers are well over 500,000, Lord. Well over 500,000. You're certain on that? That all the scouters are tailored, and they kind of says tailored to this. They broke it. That means they must well exceed that. I see. Ginyu. Very well, Ginyu. You and your man. It seems you and your man are not qualified for this task. Frieza gets out of his chair and says, So tell me, over half 1,000,000. That is quite an achievement. I'm capable of doing something similar myself. Care to see? And then all of a sudden, you might. And they all feel the power increase, and even Goku's like, oh, wait a minute. Now, granted, Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and even Piccolo can all still handle Frieza at this point.
Well, now, let's see if you like this.
And he comes in and just, boom, he still suddenly gets his ass kicked. Between all of them, they're just beating the hell out of him. It's like,
here's my damn it! All right, then. Oh, okay, if that's the way you want to play it.
He's powering up again. We don't know where third form Frieza lied. That's the one power level I don't think is listed. I think it's supposed to be 1.8 million or something like that. And he powers up again, and still he's getting wailed on again.
Is this really all you have, Frieza? I didn't expect you to be such a weakling! Gallant gun!
All of a sudden the power increase, and then they all feel it. The power increase, this is different.
It's what kind of power is that?
You guys feel that? I taste that. I see. So this is where I've been brought to now, to unleash my true power against you neophytes. Very well then, monkeys. Let's dance. And all of a sudden he just disappears and gut checks Vegeta. Now Vegeta is at Goku's Namekian level, but because Vegeta just wasn't expecting it, he does gut check Vegeta. And then Raditz comes in. He's only 2 million, which is what Vegeta allegedly was at, and Vegeta could barely do anything against a suppressed Frieza at that point. So he's trying his best, can't really land a solid shot. Vegeta comes in though, and they're about equal. Vegeta's still not cooperating very well with Raditz, though. Just stay out of my way, underling. It's like, will you shut up about that? And the guy says, "Oh, trouble in paradise. Well, allow me to help." So they go flying back, getting blasted. It's like, well then, but I must admit that power is impressive. Impressive. Maybe a little bit more of a demonstration. 10% of my maximum, that's all will be required. And 10% of his maximum, if I'm not mistaken, it would be 12 million. So he just goes 12, and he's immediately now bitch slapping them around. I don't see the 50% thing going on. I think because he's got so many around him, he wants to just show off a bit. It's like 10%, that's all I'll need, and just starts bitch smacking them until Goku shows up. Not in Ikari, mind you. Actually, I think one of the things Goku could have figured out with Ikari is basically use Ikari like Kaioken. Use grades of multipliers with Ikari. Except, unlike Kaioken, he can just stay in those forms. So Goku, being at 4 million, can sense what's going does maybe only like a times 5, which still puts him at 20. Just boom, blasts away. It's like, oh yes, this is still you. I won't. And then he finally powers up to his full Ikari. Not gonna let you get away with what you've done, Frieza. Oh, Goku, was it? You have no idea the things I've done. And then they clash, except now Frieza's completely getting annihilated again. And thoroughly annihilated. Just, you filthy ape! You think this is all... but I know your weakness. You want to know what I can truly do, don't you? And Goku immediately is it's like, no, Goku, no! It's like, who's this? I'm King Kai, the one who warned you about Frieza. Don't do it! He's right, Goku. But do not give in to the temptation. He's too dangerous to reach his full power. If what he said is true, he's only at a tenth of his power, then you'll be no match for him. But it's like, no buts. It's like, it's like, no, I won't let you. Damn it. And Frieza's not trying to rush into a powering up, and he does power up to a degree where he's able to even out Goku, but Goku clashes with him at that point, and there he's unable to power up any further. So now Frieza and him are going toe to toe at an even marker now. Frieza's not even at 40% right now. He's not even at 50% of his maximum. He's barely actually over 30, but they're still clashing. Boom, boom. Now it's even, similar to what they were doing at the beginning of their fight in canon. Ultimately, Frieza is able to throw him into the binding prison, and Vegeta and Raditz are trying to get some shots in, but ultimately they can't, and he just finally powers up, and he's powering up, and he's like, screw it, 100%, just because you pissed me off enough. He powers up to his full 120,000. Now, 20 million, sorry. There's a little football here. Yeah, a little football. I think it's a little feather from a pillow. Now, at this point, now, Raditz even goes in the Great Ape, and he can at least target it. It's like, oh, you really think that will do something, don't you? Let's then try it out. And he just rips off Raditz's tail. I couldn't even follow him. And it's like, Goku's now trying and failing miserably. Just, you were dangerous. You should have killed me when you had the chance. I was like, no, and Raditz finally comes in. It's like, well, you let go. It's over. You've lost. And then even Vegeta comes and is like, you, for the Sandra, you will die today. And he finally says, you, get out of here. And your Raditz still blasting him. You first. And he finally, he just blasts into. He's like, Raditz! Kakarot! And Goku is actually able to, because he's being held by Frieza. Solar flare! Oh, God! Point blank solar flare. Oh, my God. It's like he's legitimately blind. And Goku's still in the cards. Raditz, come on. Your father was right. You grew up to be a good man, Kakarot. I wish I could have been better than what I am, but we are. You come on. It's not that bad. There's still time. There's still time to change. You could make a life here, Raditz. Come on, it's not bad. You can make it right and have a family. Come on, it's fine. It's like, that would have been nice. It's a nice thought. Just kill him, Kakarot. Kill it for everyone, for people, for father and mother. Kill it. And just in the hand jaws thing, just now they can bring him back with the Dragon Balls. Goku doesn't know this, but he's just like, there you are, you little sneak, you. And he just probably said, oh, he died. Oh, that's what happens when you get your heart blown out of your chest. Still, he lingered, from what I could hear, he lingered a bit more. And you had some tender words. You can say they die with less. Or if you can say, only if you can say they die with more. or only so few are lucky to die with so little. Or something like that. And then you say, it's like, Goku! I'm like, oh, you must be the friends now. Who else wants to die? And all of a sudden, just the powers, increasing. No, I won't let you get away with this. And Goku's powering up. But this is where things are going a little different. Goku's powering up, and the hair is like shooting back, and everyone's sensing it. Everyone can sense Paolo's sensing it. Vegeta's like, what is going? It's got. What is he doing? And all of a sudden the power just boom skyrockets out of Goku. Goku transforms into the Super Saiyan. But as we mentioned before, when it comes with Broly, when Broly transformed, he was still in his Ikari form when he was transformed, meaning he didn't transform into even Death Battle brought that up. He didn't transform into a typical Super Saiyan. He had an Ikari form with Super Saiyan added on to that. And that's what just happened with Goku. His hair is, I like how Goku's hair honestly looks in that picture, by the way. It's still generally Goku, but it looks a little bit more wild, a little spiked, crazy. Kind of thick like the Super Saiyan 4 form, minus like any of the hair. And that's like a little bit what you got here. You get this wild, lush, it's like his hair is just thick and wild. He's just like, now unlike Broly, he does, because he's transforming with Ikari, he actually still is aware of his surroundings, aware of the people, his friends, but he's just so blinded by rage he needs to rest. I'm gonna kill you! And Goku, you had a 50 times multiplier on to 40 million. Well, that's a good 2 billion there, Jimmy. So now Frieza's like, what? And Goku just Broly's him, puts him through the ground. Takes a few moments to beat the living hell out of him. Frieza even tries to take the planet, but Goku just breaks his arms. And then just throws him in the air. And he just blasts Frieza out of there. The Ginyu sees is just like, okay, we're getting the hell out of here. Everyone flies off, and Frieza's killed. But now Goku's just like, he's still just raging out right now. Just, and it's like, Goku. And he just looks at him, and he sees his friends, and he's still, and the rage is still there. He sees them, and that's where we'll end part 4. Oh, do I cliffhanger or do I cliffhanger? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you for part 5 next Saturday. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching. I'll see you folks later.